September is National Suicide Prevention Month, and 23ABC is taking an in-depth look at how our schools are supporting students. An assembly bill requiring the California Department of Education to provide schools with online suicide prevention training is right now. And as 23ABC's Callan Hobman shows us this morning, only some Kern County schools are implementing it. She joins us live now with more. Callan?
According to the CDC, suicide is the second leading cause of death for people ages 10 to 34. Some say that the training provided by Assembly Bill 1808 could save lives, but due to state funding, not all Kern County schools are using it. According to a Kern County child death report, 25 children ages 10 to 17 in Kern County committed suicide between 2014 and 2018. Bakersfield Behavioral Health Care Hospital's Amber Smithson says there are many factors impacting middle and high school students' mental health.
When it comes to stress and you're talking about adolescence, you're looking at body image, grades. Some of certain groups can have a higher statistic, like the LGBTQ plus community, ones that are loners per se, right? Ones who are perfectionists and they're trying to have that perfect grade and perfect life.
Assembly Bills 2246 and 1767 require all California schools grades K through 12 to have a suicide prevention policy. Licensed marriage and family therapist Jason Gifford says suicide prevention education is crucial for teachers and school staff members who spend nearly 8 hours a day with their students.
School's really almost the first line of defense. Those are the people that interact with the children on a daily basis. They know the children, know them the best. Oftentimes they see them more than their parents do.
Prevention Programs Coordinator Sal Arias says the superintendent office holds Kern County schools accountable.
It's a requirement, and they got to certify to let us know that they've done those updates and updating those policies and procedures.
Assembly Bill 1808 passed 2 years ago, requiring the state to provide schools with an online training program. But Arias says the majority of Kern County schools aren't getting the help they need.
Unfortunately, Kern County is a big county, a lot of students, a lot of teachers. The amount of the called licenses that were given to Kern County are not going to be able to, meet the needs of the entire of all the districts in Kern.
A 90-minute online module called Living Work Start, the training requires a license to access it. State laws mandate this kind of training, but the California Department of Education says they only have funding to give 600 licenses to each county, which isn't enough for bigger counties like Kern that have more than 600 school staff members. According to the superintendent office, around 10% of Kern County school districts are receiving licenses. Arias says Bakersfield schools weren't given licenses because they can more easily attend in-person trainings the district offers each year.
We can actually get our rural areas trained where normally you can't bring the entire school staff to Bakersfield for this training.
Arias says all Kern County schools are taking some sort of suicide prevention training, but the lack of licenses from the state means staff members across the county are doing different programs. The California Department of Education tells 23ABC they are making a reservoir of extra licenses that smaller counties don't need. Still, Director of School Community Partnership Debbie Schmidt says the superintendent office received a grant that will allow them to provide alternative trainings.
We work in a consortium with the Kern Behavioral Health and a group of school districts, and we'll be offering what we call QPR and ASSIST. So those are some suicide prevention trainings in this grant. So we'll be offering them to those districts.
Foothill High School English teacher Ryan Aldrich says helping a student in crisis was nerve-wracking before any training.
That's a very severe, scary situation. With a lot of responsibility.
But he also says the ability to do so is critical.
The ability for teachers to recognize signs and symptoms early and catching that and following the proper procedures to get the team involved and the help that these students need is absolutely vital.
Arias says they can't measure the impact these trainings have on suicide rates among Kern County students.
I don't want to put a number like say, if our suicides went down by 2, by 3, because again, going back to what we said, it's any loss of life is terrible. It's real tough to measure prevention and intervention.
Schmidt says the real measurement is the capability of staff members to handle situations appropriately.
Just having that training every year to build the confidence in the staff that if a situation was to arise, they can recognize it and know what to do.
Arias says the county will request more Living Works licenses, and he hopes one day everyone can take the training. But for now, each school will provide its own trainings, activities, and events based on individual needs.
We're always striving to put supports for the whole child. So not just focus on academics, but focus on their social emotional needs and any needs.
We'll have a full list of the school districts that did receive Living Works licenses on our website, turnto23.com. For now, here at the Superintendent of Schools office, Callan Hobman, 23ABC, connecting you.